Father's Day is right around the corner. Have you gotten your dad anything? Manscaped has got you covered. Grab your dad a Performance Package 4.0. Surprise your dad with a sleek, well-designed grooming kit that features their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, complete with a ceramic blade and advanced skin-safe technology. This upgraded trimmer has a multi-function on-off switch, and it has a 4000K LED spotlight for a more precise shave. You also can't go wrong with the Weed Whacker 2.0 nose and ear hair trimmer, and it's the perfect gift for your pops. Go to manscaped.com right now. Get your dad a gift that you know he's going to use. Make sure you use the promo code Chael. That's going to get you 20% off plus free shipping, or just click on the link below. Belal Muhammad came out and said, I'm willing to play the bad guy. And I thought that was interesting. Willing to play the bad guy. That was the quote. Willing to play the bad guy, at least to my ears, implies that he's not already. Is that the case? I thought Muhammad was the bad guy. Is that not the view? You know, he wears the sunglasses, he's quick with the words, he beats everybody's ass inside of a steel cage, he calls you out, he shows you no respect, he doesn't care about rankings, or he doesn't care about, he will just fight you. Is he not the bad guy? I mean, I was a little bit caught off guard by that. I put him in that category. Heel. Heel's the word that he used. Heel, which means bad guy. What do you guys think? I mean, I thought that Belal was already there. He says that he's willing to do it. And I believe him. I have not seen anything yet that he's not willing to do to get him closer. I don't know that I can more, from an outside, staring and watching this, I don't know that I could think of somebody that is hungrier to get what he wants, which in this case is a championship. I mean, I feel as though he has proven he is willing to do, and then fill in the blank, anything. Do you have any idea how hard of a fight Leon was, by the way? I mean, Leon was so hard of a fight that was Chimaev's fight at one point. Chimaev comes out, Belal moves in. Leon was supposed to be a co-main event against Chimaev for number one contendership. He moves to a main event against Muhammad, and the number one contendership never even gets brought up. What? Like, that's not a riddle for you. That happened. And there's an eye poke, and there's no apologies, and he's right back with it, and Belal's the one that stopped Leon's win streak, and off we go. And I'm looking at this thing, I just thought we had a bad guy here, do we not? And I will admit that there's another side to heel Belal. I think his own media, I think his own outlet, I think his own podcast with Anik is fun and lighthearted. I've been on there before. We played a game. They had composed a game show with trivia, and I mean, it was very G-rated. It was very family-oriented, if you will. And he smiled a lot, and he laughed, and I can't remember the last time I've heard him curse. Can't remember if I've ever heard him curse. But I still thought of him as the heel, and I'm just wondering, he says that he's willing to do it. What would he do? I'm wondering, what would he do? Would he change his look? I mean, the sunglasses on a cage fighter who's not smiling, calling everybody out, and willing to take anyone on. 3 rounds, 5 rounds, what's the difference? I think he's already there. I really do. And heel versus heel is massive business. You just don't see it very often. Heel versus heel is some of the biggest business you could do. That Rock versus Austin, just to put into perspective for you. You just don't see it very often. Everybody that's writing a script puts in a good guy and they put in a bad guy. Everybody. Every book you've ever read, every play you've ever seen, every movie or television show you've ever watched, with no exception. You probably, as a little kid, were forced in literature class to write a paper. You would have had a good guy to bag. Everybody does it. It's human nature. But if Muhammad went heel and he's getting ready to take on Colby, who's heel, I'm just sharing with you, it would be very interesting. And that what I just proposed for you would be the opposite advice that you would get from most people. Most people would look at it and say, okay, you have Colby who's the heel, then you must be in this role. But that's not completely true. If you think that you can out-heel a heel, have at it. The fact that you tried or the fact that you wanted to will make you a heel. That's not the same for the face. But make sure you understand that, because we saw this too with Demetrious. We saw it over and over with Demetrious, and people try to say that Demetrious going to draw, or the division's going to draw, or we should get rid of 125-pound fights altogether. That's not what was happening. That's not what the problem was. You had Demetrious, who was legitimately a really good and nice person. Like a very genuinely wonderful human being that was raised correctly. That's what you've got here in Demetrious. But he's in the driver's seat. He needs somebody in the passenger seat. So everybody that sat in this seat were good, solid guys. They weren't as good as what I just described, but they were really nice guys. They tried to look nicer than this guy. That doesn't work. Nobody wants to see it. It's a dud. It's a bomb. Get rid of it. Blame him. Sell the division. Get over in Singapore. Whatever it takes. We don't want to see it. We don't want to see it good. And then, oh, we're just a couple of good guys. Shut up. You remember when Jon Jones went through this? You had a very clear dirtbag on your hands. But you had a dirtbag who was the best in the world by a lot. Oh my goodness. The people could rejoice. Finally, one of their own has risen up. Finally. He was wanting to talk about the GOD every chance he got. And people were telling him, stop doing that. Stop doing that. But he always misunderstood. He thought it was for him. It was never for him. It was for them. People didn't tell him, stop talking like you're a good guy. You got tattoos, you got a coke problem, you got 10 different girlfriends, and you're beating people up in a cage. Not to mention you dropped out and got no education. No, I'm not putting him down. By the way, I'm saying this is what people were telling him. Stop pretending that you're in church on Sunday. You're not. You're recovering from a hangover, but they weren't telling him that for him. They said it was for him. Jon, this will help you. This will help you sell tickets. This will help you to make money. That's not what they really meant. They needed Jon to go heel for them. They wanted a heel. People, they want a heel. They're dying for a heel. There's nobody sitting around clamoring, at least not in this market, of people that are going to cheer while beer drunk for 5 hours at a cage fight. None of them are in there looking for a guy that wants to talk about a Bible verse. That's the truth. But it was misunderstood. It was misunderstood by Jon, just for example. And Belal has now floated the idea, I'm willing to go heel. He's going to get a lot of support, trust me. On his social media right now, which I haven't been, but he has access to at the click of a button, he's not having people going, hey, Belal, whoa, hey, slow down. Hey, let's keep you in face. Hey, slow down. I really enjoyed cheering for you, and I don't want you to go that way. None, zero. He's not getting any of that. He's getting people like me saying, hey, that's a really great idea. Matter of fact, I thought you were already there, but if you're not, let's get you there quickly. I told you there's always a good guy and there's always a bad guy in every play, in every story, in every TV show, in every movie that you've ever seen, which is true. You don't have an exception. But there's something else that lives on as well if you want to be a business that's thriving, which is simply give the people what they want.